everyone, happy Monday. I'm tired today. I am dragging. It's a very Monday. I have no reason to be tired, but I'm tired. But I wanted to get to you all today because it is the beginning of my embroidery process, which is what I want to talk about today. So I knew I needed to get this video in so that we would be on track for the rest of them. On top of working full-time, I also do a little bit of embroidery on the side. Once school starts, I'm going to be a full-time graduate student, so it's going to be a bit of transition. I obviously have a decent amount of free time now, which is going to be taken up then with schoolwork, but I'm really hoping to be able to fit it in and manage my time well to continue doing it. Not only because I am making a little bit of money with it right now, which I'd really like to keep up, but it's a really good stress relief to be able to just switch my focus to something else and solely focus on the project that I'm doing. I've really been enjoying it. So I pretty much started doing this back in March. In March with COVID is when my job transitioned to being fully online. When I was in the office, I would have about a 30 to 45 minute commute one way. So having that extra time back in my own hands left a decent amount of free time that I wasn't too sure what to do with. So after a couple of weeks of not really doing a lot other than watching some extra TV, I decided to give embroidery another try. I had gotten a kit back when I was around 10 from my grandma and my mom and my great-grandma. It was a bit of a joint gift. This is the kit that they got me back 15 years ago for my birthday, and it pretty much lived in my closet since then, so I figured I would bring it out now and give it another try since I had so much extra time on my hands. Around the time I started this, I also created an Instagram account as well for it to share my projects as I went, and I kind of just assumed I'd have a few people here and there follow. I didn't really expect much of it. And it's not a huge Instagram page by any means, but I have a lot more people on there than I thought. I've met a lot of people throughout the last couple of months, and it's just been a lot of fun to be able to connect with people doing similar things, and I've learned new stitches from them, and it's just been a pretty fun time over there. A few days ago on my embroidery Instagram, I received a commission request from a friend for 3 pieces. She wanted 2 name hoops for her boys and 1 house outline hoop. So I figured with this brand new commission project that I'm starting, I would bring you guys along with me and show you the process now. I don't start school for a couple weeks, so right now it's kind of my regular time management of just managing my full-time remote job and doing the embroidery on the side, but in a couple of weeks I will be adding in full-time grad school with my Master of Social Work program, so I know I'm going to have to manage time differently then, and I wanted to show you guys a bit of the difference because I'm not even sure what that looks like now, so we'll learn along the way. Generally on a commission piece I would have a 2 to 3 week timeline, but with school coming up, just a couple weeks ago I had gone on my Etsy, which is also Wilhelmina Embroidery, and I had changed the timeline to be 3 to 4 weeks, knowing with school coming and having a full-time job, full-time graduate school, that I was going to be needing a little bit more time to be able to complete any potential commission pieces I had. So I was a little bit nervous when my friend came to me and asked for 3 pieces. So I informed her that it was going to be about 3 to 4 weeks and let her know that I was going to school full-time, just so that she kind of had an idea what I was dealing with. And thankfully, being the great friend that she is, she told me to not really worry about the timeline and take as long as I needed because graduate school and working full-time can be a lot. And also that if anybody else's commission had come in, that I can move hers behind theirs and finish theirs first if I need to. But I'm really hoping to be able to keep to the 3 to 4 week timeline. Hopefully, let's see, it's the end of August, I'll be able to mail these over to her around the end of September. For the 3 pieces that I'm doing, I had to order a few more supplies, and I want to check my notes so I can get all of these people right. I only had 1 9-inch hoop, and the name hoops were both going to be 9-inch hoops, and I did not have the size oval hoop that she was asking for my outline. So I put in an order where I always get my circle hoops from Craft Wool Felt off of Etsy. I get those usually in a 6-pack of the 9-inch hoops. I've also been working with some different materials, but I wanted to go back to one of the original ones I started with, which was a really nice neutral color. So that one is Natural Weaver's Cloth from Farmer's Attic, which is also on Etsy. And for the third piece, I needed a much larger oval hoop than I have. I only have a 9-inch hoop, and she was wanting something much larger, so I found a 12-inch hoop also on Etsy from Moulin Designs. They are in the UK, so it is estimating that it will be 4 to 8 weeks. So I'm really hoping that it's going to come in closer to the 4 weeks than the 8 weeks, but with shipping right now, we will see how that ends up going. In the meantime, for all of them, I just started the designs for the 2 name hoops, which I can show you guys here. She had given me 2 example pieces, and I worked on these over the weekend to get myself the design that I'm going to be transferring over to the material once it is here. And I'm also next going to be beginning to outline a picture of, she sent me a picture of her house over for the house outline, so I'm going to begin that most likely this week as well. And then once the material is in, I will try to size that as best as I can and transfer it over, and I will likely start it in a 12-inch circle hoop and wait for the 12-inch oval hoop to get here, hopefully. My plan is to have it finished by the time the oval hoop gets here, so that once it's here, I can just transfer it into that hoop and it will be ready to go. So for now, I am kind of just waiting. I'm going to start that house outline, like I said, but other than that, I'm waiting for all of my supplies to get in. The material should hopefully be in, I believe, tomorrow. It's supposed to come in on Tuesday, and I'm going to need to check in again on the hoops because I'm not sure, but those were coming only from California, so I'm sure that those will also be in at some point this week. So I will check in with you guys around then. If you are at all interested in giving embroidery a try and you don't have the tools on hand and you're not really sure what you want, I also, with my first project, actually bought a pattern off of Etsy from Floral and Floss. She is on Etsy and on Instagram. You can either do a digital download pattern if you want to get the materials yourself, or you already have some of the materials at home and you're able to use her pattern. She gives really great step-by-step instructions and also shows you which stitches to use where. So I really enjoyed doing that for my first one. I feel like I definitely needed something to follow in order to complete my first one, because I was nervous that without really knowing what I was doing, that I wasn't going to enjoy myself if I just tried to do it on my own. So I definitely recommend one of her patterns. She also has kits that you're able to get, beginner kits, which will have everything inside that you would need to start. And I also believe you're able to buy the patterns in a kit form, so it would come with everything that you would need in order to complete that pattern. As I said, I did the wildflower pattern, but she has a bunch of really nice ones and she's often updating them. I would check her out on Etsy and on Instagram if you are at all interested in giving embroidery a try. So I will catch up with you guys next when my materials come in, and hopefully I get all of the outlines done this week so that I can start embroidering by the weekend. I'll see you guys later. Bye. So I just got a notification and it sounds like the fabric was delivered a day early, so we are going to check the mailbox and see if it's here. So the material is here, which is exciting. I was not expecting it until later this week. Like I said, this came from Farmer's Attic on Etsy. Let's see if I could do this without cutting it. Since I got my fabric in today, I figured I would use the 1 9-inch hoop that I have and measure out the material for both of those. just notified that my hoop should be delivered, so let's see if they are up here or down at the mailbox. Nice. So the hoops are here. I just finished outlining them both yesterday, so let's get these out and put them in. So I finished these last night. We got this one. I had one hoop left, so this one is in the hoop, ready to start. So now we just need to get this one in one of these bad boys. But I need, oh, I don't need scissors. Cool. In that case, I'll show you how I get this in. So now that these are both in, I started going through some of my floss colors last night to try to figure out the ones that she wanted and which would work best. A little key for when you do put these in, you're going to hear that one to make sure they're as tight as you can get it. Any wrinkle or loose fabric in here is going to make it a lot harder on you, and it's not going to look as good once it's done. So both of these are in, and then as I go, even if it moves around at all, you can just keep being sure it's as tight as you can get it. And then even like the little bumps around this, you want to keep pulling it tight as you go. And so the colors that she wanted is going to be a base of a dark gray. I haven't, oh, it's not going to focus on it. I haven't quite decided. This is all I have left of this color, this 413. So I'd have to run and get more. I have a lot more of this 414, but I'm trying to decide which dark gray. This looks so much lighter when it's next to this one, but which dark gray I want to go with. She wanted that for the first name. And then one middle name will be blue and the other is going to be green. So I picked 564 and 966 are the two greens that I'm currently in between choosing. I'm not 100% sure. They're pretty close. But I did this last night, so I was waiting for the daylight today to make a final decision. And then for the blue, I have 519 and 3325. Are the two blues. You can kind of tell there's a little bit of a difference. Unsure on which gray and which blue and which green. But for today, we have to pick which colors will go with this, and then I will likely start on these tonight. And that is just for the word portion, and then each of them, the sun will obviously be, I'll probably do a mix of yellow and orange. I'll put the thread together. And this, I'll probably do just yellow and then the same mix of yellow and orange for the stars, and the moon, maybe a lighter gray? I'm not too sure, but I always start with the words first. So this one is going to be a whipped back stitch, both of them for the first name. And the middle name will just be probably just a back stitch. I probably won't whip it. And then we'll see where we go from there. It is Monday. I wanted to do a quick wrap up for the embroidery work that I got done last week and over the weekend, and now it is early Monday morning before I started work for the day. It's a nice, feels like fall type morning. We have the door open, trying to get some fresh air. So this one, we got most of the first name and the beginning, well, all of the middle name done. I ran out of this thread, so we will be making a trip to Michael's probably tomorrow at some point for this week's version. And this one I just kind of paused on because I wanted to try to get all of the name on that one done. We got a portion of the moon, but the full first name on this one is good to go. And oh, let me show you what came in over the weekend. My large oval hoop for the house outline that I have not yet started came in over the weekend, which was pretty exciting. It came from the UK. I feel like it took maybe a couple days over a week, which is pretty good because everything on her Etsy page was warning that it could be 4 to 8 weeks. So I'd say 2 max, 1.5. So it's exciting. So that is everything that we got done in week 1. Today starts week 2. And I hope to get both of these names done probably this week. At least the names fully done in this one, and maybe I'll start on this one. Because this week is also my first week of classes. So I'm not really sure what this week is going to look like, and we'll see. Shouldn't have done this in the morning. I'm a little tired, but that's it for week 1. See you in week 2. Bye.